Hello dear students, welcome to English classes at Radhika. Today we are going to learn the art of writing letters. It's very important in our day-to-day life. Let's analyze the importance of letter writing. Is it important? Even now, we know that we do not use letters for communication because we all have mobile phones with us and we used to text or sending messages through WhatsApp to our friends or our relatives. But in past, what was the condition? There were no mobile phones and people were writing letters in order to communicate their emotions and the happenings in their life to their friends and in theirs. And what are the purposes of letter writing? Communicating professionally. If you want to communicate something to your colleague or to the other hierarchy, you can write letters. That is, letter is very relevant even today because it is written format and it is a record which can be kept forever. Expressing emotions. If you want to express your emotions or if you want to convey something close to you, you can write letters to your friends or to your relatives. Formal communication. Even now, the formal communication is being happening through letters. Appointment orders are coming by post, right? And people are often send their biodata along with a covering letter by post to the employers, right? So letters are important even now in some cases. See, what are the types of letters? So many types of letters are there. The first one is formal letters. Formal letter means official letters. Letters which are sent for formal purposes or official purposes. Business letters. Business letters are often or also known as formal letters. For business needs or for business communication, people often write letters. Job application letters. It's also a kind of formal letter. Cover letters. If you want to enclose something, that is, if you are sending your CV to your firm, you have to write a cover letter. Informal letters. And the second one is informal letters are there. They are personal letters and friendly letters. Which are the parts of a letter, ingredients of a letter? The first one should be heading and your address and date from. Okay, from address. And just below the from address, you can put the date. Inside the address, next one is the to address, that is the recipient's address to whom you are writing this letter. Salutation, formal or informal greeting. Salutation means the way in which you are addressing the recipient or the person whom you are writing the letter. And in a personal letter, it will be my dear friend, my dear. Okay, such things can be used in informal letters, but it should not be used in formal situations. And in formal situations, you can write dear sir. If the authority or the employer is very much close to you, you can call it as dear sir. Otherwise, you can just mention sir or respected sir, etc. And you can address the person, that's Mr., by adding Mr. to or Mrs. or Miss to that person. Then body. Body is the main content. What you want to write should be there in the body of the letter. Then closing. The last part of the letter writing or letter is the closing, that is formal or informal farewell. Formal farewell is thanking you, yours faithfully. These are formal types of farewell. An informal way, you can say lovingly with lots of love. Such words can be used as closing farewells. And at last, Your name and signature should be there at the end of the letter. Which are the formatting tips? Margins and spacing. Margin should be there and enough space should be there. There is a format for a letter. We know that after from address, a space should be there and you have to write the to address, and after that a space should be there, then you have to write subject. Subject is very important in formal letters and it is not at all included in the informal letters. So spacing is very important. Alignment. Usually nowadays all the things are aligned to the left part of the page. Use of bold and italics. If you want to stress something, and you can write bold letters on that. Because through the letter you are communicating, you are saying something to your friend or to the authority or the employer or someone else. And if you want to stress, that is, you cannot increase your voice. Instead of that, you can write bold letters. Then font and size. And you have to select a very readable font and size of letters. Here are some writing tips for letters. Clarity and conciseness. You cannot write a lot in the letter. It should be concise and it should be clear. What you are going to write should be clear. Tone and language. It should be according to the person whom you are sending the letter. If it is a formal letter, the tone will be serious. And it is informal. If you are writing a letter to your friend, what happens? The tone will be very friendly. Avoiding jargons. Jargon means difficult words. Proofreading and editing. Before sending the letter, you have to read it once again. And you have to correct mistakes. Formal letter structure. Introduction. Purpose of the letter, then body. Purpose of the letter is the subject. Main content and supporting details. This should be included in the body part. Then conclusion. Conclusion is the farewell or ending. Closing remarks and necessary next steps. Next steps here. That is, if you are writing a letter of application, at the end you can write NB. Enclosing all the enclosing copies of my certificates or enclosing my biodata. Okay, this is the necessary steps. Certain do's and don'ts in letter writing. What are the do's? Be concise and clear. Tailor your tone to the audience. Your tone should be very clear to the audience to whom you are writing the letter. If you are very friendly or loving, that person should know it. So your writing should be according to that. Proofread before sending. That's very important. Some don'ts are also there. You should not do certain things while you are writing a letter. Use overly complex language. That is, we have already said that you should not use jargons while you are writing letters. And you should not make complex sentences because the reader will be confused or perplexed. Include unnecessary details. And if you are writing especially a formal letter, you have to avoid unnecessary details. Only the matters, only things of importance should be included. Forget to check for errors. That's very important. I'm telling it many times that you have to read once again before sending the letter. Now, the importance of letters are decreasing due to the invention of internet and other social media networks like WhatsApp, Instagram, and other communicating devices. Even now, letters are very much nostalgic and they are very important in our day-to-day life. And thank you. Hope you have understood this video. Then bye-bye. Thank you once again. Have a nice day.